Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about an uncomfortable truth about the Democrats and the Republicans that has come to light as I hyper-examine the momentous run of Vivek Ramaswamy toward the 2024 U.S. presidential, to be the 2024 U.S. president. And I also want to say, I know, like, I would just watch Bill Maher, right? And he said the quiet part loud. He literally said it. He said, we've reached a point where he's saying what I'm saying. I don't think there's any difference. There is zero difference between a Trump voter and a Biden voter. There's no difference. What Bill Maher said is he said, we've reached a point where the Democrats and Republicans are both waiting for the same thing, for their nominee to die. Like that is incredible. He said the quiet part loud. Many Americans have been put into a position where they are hoping the primary candidate of their party dies. But Bill Maher said it flat out, right? Like just said the quiet part loud, right? And I don't think he's wrong. I think we've reached a point where on the Democrat side, people are hoping for the nominee to die. For people on the Republican side are hoping for the nominee to die because they want competent leadership, and they know whoever gets elected, it's a sit and sign president who has no ability to lead. Right? Like it's not a debatable position. It's not debatable, right? And so the RNC and the DNC has put both their people in a position where many Democrats and many Republicans are waiting for their nominee to die so they can get a chance at competent leadership. That is astounding, right? Like, wow. All right, let's get all the way there. What is the uncomfortable truth? I have been watching Vivek's run. He is epic. He is incredible. And I am super excited to have our first Indian American president, our second person of color president, our first full-on tech genius president, our first hyper healthy, hyper young Republican president. We already had one of those on the Democrat side. His name was JFK. He was awesome, right? Kept his right hand strong. There you go, right? He was like, and it, man, whew. There you go. Wow. All right. Here's where we land, okay? I have come to a harsh realization. The intentional harm, the intended planned harm to America that Republicans are planning is far less dangerous to America than the intended good Democrats intend. Wait, what are you saying there, Scott? Yeah, I'll explain it. All right. I'm voting for Vivek Ramaswamy. You want to know what he has planned? He said it in the last debate. He's going to build Trump's wall. He's going to build the wall on the south, and he's going to build a wall on the north. He will build a border wall between us and Mexico, and he will build a border wall between us and Canada. That is intentional harm. That will very much, like, I've been to Canada, right? They're great people. I like the poutine. It's nice, right? I don't want to see, and also I love Mexican food. You will literally find videos on this channel, me discussing in-depth Mexican food, right? I love Mexican food. I love Mexico, right? I don't like the idea of a border wall between me and tamales. I don't like the idea of a border wall between me and Canada. That is intentional harm. He is intending harm, right? That is not going to help America, right? So why on earth would I vote for a man I know is intending harm to America, right? Here's why. President Joe Biden did not intend to put us in $2 on the ground. America is in two wars. America is in two wars, right? Not boots on the ground, dollars on the ground, but trust and believe America right now is full on at war in two nations, right? And we are one centimeter away from World War III. It's not me saying it. It's every mainstream media openly discussing being very close, if not already in World War III, right? President Joseph Biden did not intend to take us 1 centimeter away from World War III. He did not intend in 3 years to shatter the American dream, right? To make it so that no one under the age of 30, so to make it so that people under the age of 30 discuss today car purchases like they were home purchases, and people under 30 don't even discuss purchasing a home in America because it is a dream that is dead for the middle class, right? The American dream has fully died. If you are under 30 years old, the idea of you having a spouse who loves you, the two of you having children, and then 2 cars in the driveway of a house you own, or you even have a mortgage on, forget it. The under 30 don't even dream of it. The American dream is officially dead. In 3 years, President Biden did that, right? In 3 years, he made it so during President Biden's, you couldn't buy eggs, cars, or houses. He broke the economy, he broke the American dream, and he put us in 2 wars, and there's open discussion that World War III starts tomorrow, right? He didn't intend that. He did not intend that. President Joseph Biden intended nothing but good for America. But he's 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more dangerous than the harm that Republicans intend, right? Like, Republicans are conservatives. They literally don't want us. They want to conserve the status quo. They want us not to progress. They don't want us to regress, but they don't want us to progress, right? I'm actually a progressive, right? But I'm smart enough to know there ain't never going to be a third party. There will never be a third party in this century. Maybe in a century things will change. But in this century, there will never be an independent party that matters. There'll never be a third party that matters. Never in this century. Okay? So we got to choose, right? And I'll tell you right now, the harm that Republicans intend for this nation, the best way to understand it is like, if you ask Republican, what are you going to do? I'm going to chop your hand off. What are you talking about? I don't want my hand chopped off. Well, a snake bit it. I'm going to chop your hand off. That's the intent. That's the harm I intend, right? It's planned. It's metered. It's thought out. The harm the Republicans intend is 30 times safer than the good that the Democrats intend. The Democrats, because of their cowardice, because of their wishy-washiness, because of their lame sauce base, right? Their intended good is 30 more times dangerous than the harm that Republicans actually intend. What does Vivek do with this? 1, continue forward. Plan your harm, right? Because it projects strength. And it tells every villain in the world, I'm here for you. You want to catch some? I got some, right? Courage projects, right? And so just courage, right? A president can find their 2, right? That's what we need. And that's where we're going. Vivek Ramaswamy can find his 2. He's got an ounce of courage, right? And that's why he is going to be an amazing president. And the harm he intends will return good things to America, because the good the Democrats intend has proven to be outrageously destructive. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.